Oh, what's happening, everybody? This is Rich Robin, Gator Pellet, Texas. Custom barbecue pits. I've got a brand new meat slinger behind me with an offset firebox that I'm just coated with some canola oil. I sprayed it in there. You buy that in the bacon section at your grocery store. Again, it's canola baking spray. It's real easy to apply. You can spread it and thin it out with a rag if you want. I just spray the interior, and I used about a whole can on this big cooker. But this is the Meat Slinger 36 with an offset firebox. I'm gonna flip the camera around here and you'll see it in a minute. But it is brand new, it just rolled out the shop. It does have the offset, it's got the hopper on it. I haven't fired it up yet. I did charge the auger just now, so I do have pellets in the fire pot, but nothing's been turned on other than just putting pellets in the fire pot. I'm gonna fire this thing up, and I'm gonna season it today actually for a few hours, and I'm gonna do it again tomorrow when I get back to the office. I'm getting a late start today on doing this. I was hoping to start this in the morning, but it just didn't happen. It worked, too much work. Anyway, we're gonna fire it up. There's my contact information. If you want to check me out, gatorpellet.net, and I'll flip this around. Or look, you can see it right here. There it is, hopper, firebox. Does have gas assist in the firebox. I think it's pretty cool meat slinger. And we're gonna fire it up. I'm gonna flip the camera around, and we're gonna see how long it takes this big Meat Slinger 36 to get the temp using obviously pellets. Today I'm just gonna fire the hopper up, not the offset. Tomorrow I'll do the offset and put some real wood logs in there. So let me turn this camera around and let's get started, guys. See what this thing does. All right, got the camera around here. Now you can see it. Got your pellet hopper on that side. Pellet Pro made by Smoke Daddy. Great guys over there and gals, and great product, man. Love their PID controllers. Just love the whole thing. And you've got the window there to see your pellet level. You can see I'm actually about a quarter full. I didn't fill it up all the way. We got, of course, the digital controller. Stainless steel front shelf. On the front of the meat slinger there's a 2-inch ball valve drain down there, and 8-inch casters with foot brakes on to lock this thing in place. And of course the offset 1/4-inch thick square firebox with adjustable vents on it. The vents closed because we're going to use the hopper side, the pellets. And there's my gas, excuse me, my gas assist. And of course you fire that up and the heat travels through there and it goes out your cooker, right? I did do something unique on this one. There's your gas systems over here. I did do something a little different on this one. I'm trying it out, and I'll give Smoke Daddy some feedback on this. But this is their convection fan right here. We're gonna give it a go, man. I haven't used one before. I want to see what it does. It's supposedly going to help even further even the temperatures out in this big old cooker. Again, this is the Meat Slinger 36. It's a big cooker. I'll open it up here and you can see the inside of it. This one's got 5 sliding meat racks and 2 extra slides. There's an extra slide there and another extra slide there to add additional meat racks should I need it, or to get greater clearance between the existing racks that are in there. That's what that's for. It works awesome. I've got that in my concession trailer over there. This same design minus the convection fan is in that concession trailer in the Meat Slinger 24 model. But we're gonna fire this thing up and we're gonna see what it does, man. I mean, this is first fire up on this virgin Gator, so to speak. Got my vent closed on my firebox. I don't need that open. I'm not using it. I'm gonna fire this sucker up over here. We're gonna hit the on button. Ooh, it's hot out here, y'all. And I'm gonna start off with low smoke. And for that, I do want to open the doors, by the way. And I want to watch the smoke start. And then as it dissipates, I'm gonna close the door and I'm gonna set it to 225, and we're gonna see what it does. Getting up to 225. So right now, I just got it at low smoke. Again, I'm playing with it, guys. I'm seasoning it today, and I'm just playing with it. See what she does, right? You got to learn these cookers. The only way to learn them is by doing them. So I'm gonna start off in low smoke mode. While that's starting up, Smoke Daddy does send you an owner's manual and a meat probe. There's the meat probe that actually sticks in there, and then you hit external probe and it tells you what your meat temperature is. And there's your Pro port for this. You do get one of these standard, you guys. It comes with the Gator pits. And of course your manual. And I got, I ordered their hopper cover. Pretty cool cover. It's vinyl, I believe, and it's got a little strap, that buckle strap in the bottom of it that secures it to the hopper, just to keep it out of the elements. If you keep this stuff outside, probably a good idea to cover it. And then got that thing, which I honestly never use that. That goes in the hopper as well. You'll get that with all your hoppers. I don't use them. And inside here, this one's got the Elite model with the stainless steel top. And there's our pellets. There's a little window indicator there. Push pull handle. Got my Gator pit utensil hangers. If you order utensil hangers on a Gator pit now, this is what you're going to get right here, and we're going to attach that to your cooker, and we can put those things pretty much anywhere. They can either be welded and put in place or fixed in place, or you can have them where you can just hang them different places. Like I can take that and hang it right here and remove it if I wanted to. That's how it's designed to do. Very universal in mounting it. But this is that convection fan I was telling you about. We're going to see how it does. I've never used one of these, and got one from Smoke Daddy, Dennis, owner, and I'm going to give it a test and see what it is. I had to do some modifications on the brackets. This comes with brackets or spacers, but they're not spacers for this thick 1/4-inch steel that we build these Gator pits out of. It's for a thinner gauge wall. So I had to do some modifications to this, but it was real easy. Nothing you can't get at Home Depot to get you some extensions there to be able to bolt the fan in right there, which you see. Now I'm starting to get some smoke out of here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's starting to smoke. Hear a fan kicking out, or kicking on rather. And you can see the smoke. I hope y'all can see it in the video. I don't know. It's obvious to me in person. Videos don't always pick it up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close the door, and I'm going to set my temperature gauge to 225, and we're going to see what it takes to get to that 225, and I'll let you know. See ya. Alright, I know it's extremely loud. That's the running shot for you guys. So it was 1247. I started at 1247, hitting the 225. And it started out around 97, 98 degrees. And right now it's 114. And it's cooking a degree about every second or two. 115, 116. 17. So every second to 3 seconds, you're looking at a degree going up, and it's steady climbing 118. Again, I apologize for the noise, but I'm not stopping my welder from working. Building Gator pit. So it's climbing to 120. It's climbing quick, guys. Again, it's a big pit. All right, guys. While we're waiting on it to get the temp, again. Getting to 225 is what it's set at to get to 225, and I set that at 12:47 p.m. Central Time. Anyway, so while we're waiting on that, I'll show you some other features on here. I mentioned the gas assist. One of the things I forgot to mention was I do have it set up to run a Guru device in this offset firebox. I'm not a gadget guy, so to speak, and yeah, I'm on a pellet cooker, so make your jokes. But I've never used the Guru except for a demonstration in one of my older videos from years back. But I have a brand new Guru device from when I was dealing these barbecue Gurus from years ago. And I figured since I got it and I paid for it, why not have the ability to hook it up into this to give it a go or give it a try. If I ever wanted to use it, I got it. Probably won't unless I just do a demonstration of it. But again, I'm not into hooking that kind of stuff up, but we may play with it later. That is another reason why I put the Pro port here. And I have a little monitor mount that I can set that monitoring device on right there. And I do have the D-rings There's the D-rings right there. And I'm gonna shut this off because it's just loud. Alright guys, we're 4 minutes into it and I'm at 161. I went from about 97 to 100 degrees cold start to 162 now in less than 5 minutes. So it's in a steady climbing, it's going up, 164, steadily going up. I'll come back. Alright everybody, we are now 10 minutes into it since I put it on off that low smoke mode and actually getting to my set temperature of 225. So in right at 10 minutes I'm now at 194 degrees. So within 10 minutes from a cold start to 194 degrees in about 10 minutes. I started at 12:47 or what the hell, I don't know, but anyway I'm going by the minutes, so I know it's 10 minutes. Not bad guys, not bad. It's still going, still climbing. All right guys, 107, 20 minutes. It took 20 minutes to go from a cold start to 225, actually it says 226. So this thing's gonna fluctuate around that 225 set temperature, okay? It's gonna bounce around 225, but it's gonna maintain that 225 as long as I keep it at 225 on the controller. So it took 20 minutes to go from a cold start to 225 degrees cooking temperature, setting the PID controller on the Pellet Pro. And guys, this is a big old meat slinger. That's not too bad getting this thing to temp 225 degrees that fast. There's some offsets that don't even get to that fast. I'm gonna shut it down, I'm gonna let it run for a while and come back and check it later.